Hello, fellow sensitive empath, highly sensitive person. Everything affects your mental health. Everything that there is to your daily life, it has some energetic effect on everything. How you think, how you feel, how you act. Anything that you do in your life, basically. So, everything is connected. Your brain, your body, everything is connected together. So, what kind of choices are you making? Are you supporting your mental health? You have to stop those toxic cycles that are destroying it, and you have to start supporting yourself. And because apparently some people can act against you and they can say to you disrespectful comments, for example, when they clearly want to be heard and they have these opinions that they want to say out loud or write to you in some way. So it's your job to understand what you should take seriously and what you should not take seriously, because you have to protect your peace and your mental health, again, your overall health and peace of mind. So, because you should not be taking them seriously, because if you take them seriously, you are just playing into their bag and you're basically losing yours. And if you don't protect your peace and your health, your mental health, who can do that for you? Nobody. So you have to know what is right for you, what is respect, and what is not respect. And you have to protect your peace and your health and your life and your loved ones. Even if, for example, let's say somebody just stalks you a little bit, keeps following you around, that they appear in some way or another, especially when some time has passed, they keep on popping up from somewhere, or they're being threatening to you, even more so for that reason. If they are making threats to you or like threatening your loved ones or whatever it is about you, this is abusive. It's not only disrespectful, but it is abuse. Because again, maybe you need this kind, honest, authentic reminder that you have to call the shots of your own life. You cannot be giving your power away to other people, because they will use it against you very easily. Like, for example, if they are acting from these demonic entities, energies, low vibrational energies, vibrations, they have the Jezebel energy spirit within them. So that means that they are very manipulative, very controlling. They want all the power and control. They cannot take any feedback or criticism or your healthy boundaries. It is just like, showing them like you are the worst person in the world, basically, when you're just protecting yourself, when you're just doing the right thing. So they will always do everything to make you feel like the bad guy. And how can you ever heal from your trauma, from narcissistic abuse and bullying experiences that you have already gone through? How can you ever heal from them if you are always disrespected and bullied and abused? If you are always dealing with narcissistic people in your life, you simply cannot heal. You cannot find peace. And in order to find peace, you have to take certain action steps every day. You have to take care of yourself. You have to learn. You have to learn how to trust yourself, how to honor and respect yourself, how to love yourself, how to take care of yourself. Every single day. It is every single day work. It's not just sometimes you rest, sometimes you take care of yourself. No, it's not sometimes, it's every day work. But, because everything is a cycle, a toxic cycle is a cycle, and also a healing, a healthy cycle is a cycle. So we need to be like cycling everyday routines and, making them work in our daily lives. And that is why, for example, I have created my free self-care checklist and my time management guide that will help you and support you to create that daily life so that it would support you in an authentic way, you know, that serves you instead of, you know, having habits that would work against you and your entire health. So, you know, you cannot be building confidence and self-trust and self-love if you do not begin to start doing something for your health. So you simply cannot learn to love yourself and honor yourself as a sensitive person, to honor your sensitivity and all your gifts and talents within you that you might have considered flaws and negative things before in your life. And that is likely because you've been so abused and scapegoated, because these toxic people have been turning those things against you and taking advantage of you. So you might feel like a fool. You might blame yourself, like, oh, I'm so stupid, I'm a fool. You know, why did I do that and let that person into my life and all of that? But you have to be merciful on yourself, because you cannot heal otherwise. You have to start having some common sense, and also these routines in place that you're actually honestly, authentically supporting yourself, you know, all throughout your healing process. And you cannot be being abused and then at the same time try to heal and build your self-confidence and self-love and self-care routines and self-respect. It is just not going to be working like that. So the abuse has to stop. You have to start taking some sorts of action steps to start creating the change, start transforming your life. And these steps can be really small and really, you know, simple. They don't need to be, and they shouldn't be like feeling like you're taking giant leaps out of the blue, you know, all of a sudden. It is about listening to yourself and your body and your soul, and, you know, be creating from that peaceful place. It is always a fact that people should think before they say or write something, especially if they don't even understand what a post or a video is even about, and they just are writing their bully comments, you know, for example, underneath that post or video, which has seemed very common from my point of view. That, you know, they just think that they know you better than you know yourself. But that is, again, very narcissistic and immature and toxic. It's not a healthy way to communicate. It's not respectful. It is very abusive. And it is gaslighting and manipulation as well, because they are trying to force feed you their false claims and assumptions and accusations, you know, and not believing your truth. So we have to be aware of these things and just, you know, leave them where they are, and know that karma will get them, because they will get their own lessons in life, especially if they try to hurt innocent people who have not done anything wrong to them. So it is just immature behavior. A normal, healthy adult just focuses on their own healing, on their own life. They don't go around writing abusive bully comments and accusations and, you know, false claims and lies, trying to gaslight and manipulate somebody and destroy their mental and physical health and their life. They don't go around stalking and threatening anybody. So start today. Start taking care of yourself. Start mapping out your self-care routines. Maybe a to-do list. For example, how do you want to write it? You know, some ideas, inspirations that you would be motivated to take care of yourself a little more, because it is so important when you want to heal from, you know, these severe, heavy awful, traumatizing experiences, such as narcissistic abuse and bullying. These are such serious issues that, you know, you have to give yourself time and effort and a lot of love. Healing from these traumatic experiences, it is no piece of cake. Like I said, it is not a one-night shift. And I just want to remind you that it is still possible to heal from these. I am a living example of that, but it can take some certain, even drastic actions for you to get there. And having those healthy boundaries and expressing yourself has a lot to do with it. You know, just that you learn to be your authentic self, that you are in touch with your authentic self. And you don't fall back anymore so easily, maybe, but you're supporting yourself instead, and you know that you deserve the best in this life. And as always, a kind reminder that if you need more help and support, reach out, book a call with me, start working with me one-on-one. I would be so happy and glad to be able to serve you, to help you with these issues, to help you heal and create a better life for yourself. Also, check out my self-help book on Amazon. Check out my freebies also, like for example, my self-care checklist that I just mentioned again. Because you need to start creating your life, and you cannot be waiting, always waiting. You have to start. You have to do something. I know it can be a very heavy place where you are right now, and I've been there, yes. So I know how stuck you can feel. So I understand.